Alright, hello. And just again, hi. It's been a while, but yeah. I suppose let's just get this started. You are in the city of Lumeria, the capital of the kingdom of Theon, often referred to as the City of Light. We are in the world of Syklos. For you two, this is your first dive into this new world setting, and to keep it brief, there are many things different with this world. One of the most important things is that it is a world currently in an age of revival. Recovering 500 years after a cataclysmic apocalypse known as the Rupture, civilization is once again finding its way, finding its foothold back in the world that it was once nearly lost to. This year marks an important one, not only being what I just said, the crucial 500th year after the end of the fiery apocalypse, but also marks the coronation and the ascension of the kingdom's newest king. King Eulogymnus has passed on his title, or is going to pass on his title in the rule of the kingdom to his eldest son. And you two are going to be particularly related to this event given you are. But before we tackle what happens then, we go back to a couple days before the fated day. In not a small tavern, a rather large one, that also doubles as lodging due to its size and sheer popularity. We find ourselves in the center in central Lumeria, in the center of the city, as the city is subdivided into the city itself and the raised landmass further up north where Zientrul Castle takes its foothold on an artificial elevated landmass in the center of a very large lake that can honestly be considered a sea at this point. We get to that?
Is it like the Black Sea, where it's called a sea but is practically a lake?
Yeah, I guess so. Let me actually say that it's here. Enter and find ourselves at the start of the day. Not exactly waking up morning, but at the start of the day. As, correct me if I get this wrong, Amana Kylter has been making their preparations and lodgings in the inn and tavern known as Hero's Feast, as you will be performing one of your special plays before, or actually during, what is called the Summit of Faiths in the kingdom, a meeting of various different religious representatives, particularly those outside of the main faith of the kingdom, to discuss, engage in merriment, and contemplate the future of the kingdom and its allies in the wake of a new king. And we start us off in your room, Trifoli. Oh god, it's been months. We finally get to use you. Hello, Sid.
Woo!
Would you like to introduce us to you and your character?
Uh, okay, so Trifoli is. Wait, how? Wait, give me a second.
Yes, this is Violet Art. Because I have too much free time in the middle of classes where my professors just go on, and I can actually just pull out a tablet mid-class.
Okay, so Trifoli is technically like half a halfling, so like 3/4
Mm-hmm.
is I don't know how it works, but she is extremely short at 127 centimeters,
Mm-hmm.
but she packs a punch because she is an enthusiastic dancer who uh, ran away from home technically. If I don't know if her parents consented to this life, but she's here now with her very obviously shiny, silvery, uh, curly short hair and extremely pretty eyes. She does catch the eye of most people, especially on the stage with her dazzling magical tricks as she does her dances.
You are currently in one room, in the second floor actually, or the floor above the ground floor, depending on how you call floors where you are.
That's the first floor.
Okay, so you are on the first floor in one of your lodging rooms. Can she dance? It is
Um,
currently the beginning of the day, and you're expecting someone else who I don't actually know if you've established if you already know each other, so I guess we'll find out later. But you are expecting someone to come in. Well, not in your room, in the place. You currently have the entire place booked for the day and until you get to the Summit of Fates.
no. She's probably not dancing in the morning. She did they perform last night or no?
That's up to you. You're currently
I'll
in the
say they
city and
did.
you're in a troupe, so it's up to you whether or not your troupe has been performing for a couple days already. You just know that you are
I'll
booked for
say
this special event.
I'll say they did either a rehearsal or a proper performance, but she's dead
For
because
tap
she
dance.
sl- she slept late and woke up early, and now she's dying. She needs the magical equivalent of coffee, which might just be coffee. I
Well,
don't know.
thankfully, you are luckily booking an entire tavern and inn for however long you've been staying here, so you can probably find one. Probably downstairs. You head out of your room.
Yep.
Yep. And just to you probably couldn't actually tell it due to comparison, but this is a grid square. She is smaller. So yeah,
She is smaller, not small.
as you
There is
exit
a
out of the
difference.
room, you see a wide place, a very large establishment. Considering, oh Jesus, it's actually much larger.
Oh
Considering
God.
the amount of people you'll be hosting, it's a rather large place. Hero's Feast is, like I said, a mix of tavern and inn, where the bottom floor is, well, the large open space for tavern with a central bar and stage up north, where you have been presumably performing. And the upper floor, ground floor, why is it gray? Well, because she's currently on the upper floor. I'm just gonna say that because there's only two
Yep.
floors here, so I'm not gonna use either naming convention. You are
Oh,
on the upper floor, overlooking it through a balcony. Where this is how you can see the lower floor. And well, apart from the other rooms, which are currently booked by probably various members of your stage. I don't actually know the exact differences, but I guess I can call you a troupe, right? A troupe.
what?
I don't exactly know the differences between the terminologies, but I can. Your group is a troupe, right? Like a troupe of performers.
Yep.
That's what you would call them. Your various members of your troupe probably booked the other rooms. You've been familiar with this place for a while, so you know how to navigate around it. So maybe you just go downstairs.
Yeah, probably. Are there people like normal customers on the ground floor or?
Uh, Good question. They're probably it's only a couple days before. Okay, it's only a couple days before the Summon of Faith, so there probably is regular business going around. You can see a few people, but you can see a few people going in and out, but it's not as booked as it normally would be.
Trifoli will just peek down to see if there are regular customers, and if they are, she'll run back inside, put on like a little bit of makeup or something just to cover the bags under her eyes, and then run downstairs.
Okay, yeah, you could probably spot a couple people who have probably like some kind of special access to this tavern, even while it's undergoing other businesses. But yeah, you go do that, you head out, and you make your way down. As you head to the bottom of the stairs, I can actually do this, which I've been impressed with myself ever since I've been starting to do it. Flapam!
Mm,
As you head down and see a couple people ordering drinks, eating basic food that aren't important enough for tokens because there would be too much. But yeah, it's a very
damn, it's
large
like
place.
Strixhaven all over again.
I'm not gonna overload the map. The file size gets insane. And as you head down over here, you see a couple people that are already. Well, there's both the regular staff and your troop staff. A lot of the people eating and drinking probably are people in your troop. How big are you guys? Like in terms of total members, like how much? Like estimate?
Hmm. I'll say like for an event like this, like it depends.
Yeah,
Sometimes there are more
including cleaning
members.
staff and assistants, not just the performers, but yeah, like the whole operation.
I mean, maybe like in the triple digits if you include all that.
Okay, so yeah, probably majority of the people eating and drinking already here are probably people that work with you.
As Trifoli makes her way across the tables, she'll just wave and nod at everyone she knows.
You are a pretty stellar performer among your group, enough to make the name for your promotional business. And as you kind of look around, give me. Yeah, this was pretty easy, but just because we are using OneD&D after all, give me a search action, specifically the perception skill. It is literally no different from a perception check, I just have new terms to use.
It's like they reskinned the old game.
You may use the search action, specifically perception skill. Roll a perception check. Wow.
I'm blind.
you,
I just woke up.
you just woke up.
Don't talk to me till I've had my coffee.
Yeah. You you wander around. not really with any goal in mind. But yeah. You, you just oh god, what's that? You
She
just
was
wander.
so blinded by being sociable that she forgot how
You
to
say
walk.
hi to everyone, you say hi to this guy, you say hi to Gerald, you say hi to Samantha, you say you say hi to everyone, kind of like forget, wait, why did I come down again? Until until after like a minute or five, they call out to you first and, hey, actually no, the voice. Hey, Trifoli! Morning! From the stage calls out one of your bosses as they've been there the entire time.
She takes like a second to recover, and then she runs over to the stage waving.
Hi hi
Good
hi.
morning, you guys.
Good morning. Morning, my girl. You've been in bed for a while. Was wondering if you were gonna wake up. Got some good rest.
Ah, don't ask.
Uh, well, I hope you do. Come the next couple of days. The summit is in what, 2 days? Yes, that would be correct. As Niam and Cillian come to address you, what you've
Killian.
established to be Cillian, Killian. What?
Killian, yes.
Killian.
It's Irish.
It's Killian.
Yep.
Okay. As Killian and Niam. Any special pronunciation for that, or is that?
Nah, it's just
Okay. As the founders of your troop come to greet you, yeah, they basically just say the summit's in 2 days, so better do get some rest. Probably be our biggest show. Attendees from many nations will be coming. Should put in a good win for ourselves. Killian Murphy.
Oh wait, you got the last name wrong.
Oh, what is it?
Yeah,
What is it, Tommy?
uh, it's Rincoir,
Uh,
Rinceoir.
what?
Ceoir.
I know. Yeah, I just. Okay, there we go. Well, Killian Rinko, now that we've
Yep.
actually said his name, and me and are basically just talking logistics. Next place in 2 days, we'll be expecting representatives from various different nations, even so. Your group is big, but performing for essentially representatives of entire nations is, well, if you've done it before, this is still something else. It isn't something that happens a lot, considering there are only 3 real nations after, well, the rest of them kind of fell to the apocalypse 500 years ago. So yeah,
How
nation
fun.
leading is something that is particularly more special here.
Trifoli just wipes from sweat off her face. Yikes, no pressure.
Pressure brings out the best people.
And the worst mistakes come to light.
That's when you learn. Anyways, so say, aren't we expecting someone here today? Are they a friend of yours or something? I think we agreed that you would come to meet. And I asked you, you and the other person in VC right now, what's your two's relation? You're expecting each other, but in what context?
Hmm. I mean, I had said that maybe they had like known each other for a bit, uh, because Hi's character travels around a lot, and they met, and my character tried to do the thing to get spells.
Is that right, Hi? Yeah. Okay. And well, eventually through a magically enhanced bell noise from the door. Ah, perfect timing it seems. Nim just looks to you and well, they're probably at the door, walking down all the way down there.
Trifoli will run.
Well, gonna go there?
Yep, use that dancer speed, I guess.
As Trifoli comes down to the door, you, other person, come to walk in. This may or may not be your first time in Heroes Feast, but as you enter, I can describe the scene once again as a very large and open lower room with dozens of chairs and tables set aside, multiple rows of unlit hearths. This is stuff that gets lit by, that has fires lit in them to keep guests warm, and a central bar at the center that serves, well, a nearly circular round of customers, and a giant, and a, not giant, but large stage at the back presents your view as, hi, would you like to introduce yourself and who you are? She's a woman, and she prays a lot. As Trifoli, you come to meet Eliane Aurora. That shit a lot. Meet back with, or currently probably meet back with. Someone just arrived.
Hey, Anne! You just hear a scream as you walk through the door.
Hi.
We've been waiting. Come, come, come. She grabs you by the arm and leads you towards the stage.
As you drag along the elven woman who carries with her a tome of sorts, dressed in black robes and the holy symbol around her neck that dangles in a golden ring with 5 pointed tips jutting from around it. You drag on her sleeve as you drag her to the stage. of
Yep.
our stage. You get dragged like all the way up here. Jesus, this place is big. So you get dragged up. You are dragged over to meet up to you if you've met these people before.
And here she is.
Elle, you come to meet what looks like a very flamboyant-looking tiefling man and a sterner-looking human? Question mark? Woman. I think so.
I don't know, I never decided.
She looks human. Human. Oh, hi again. Ah, Elle. So it was you. Well, good to see you again. How have you been? You just arrived in the city, have been here for a while, catch us up. How how long have you been here?
Maybe like half a week at most.
I just arrived. Ah, well, good on you for getting through customs so early in the morning. Ah, yes, that gate could be a bit, ugh, pruding in some disrespectful areas, but, it's a big event. Many people are coming, I suppose it keeps us safe. Yeah. Customs, gate, was an experience. It's good to see you guys again. I've been trying to keep you all safe.
Ah, so sweet of you.
I appreciate the gesture. Hmm. Well, how is it then? Have you been in this city? Have you been to the city before? It's certainly a sight to behold, is it not? Has your troop been performing at the city before this? Uh, Trifoli? Or is this your first time in the city? This is essentially the capital of the kingdom and, quite literally and figuratively, the center of the world.
I mean, the troupe itself probably has performed in the city, but I don't know if Trifoli would have performed because she is a newer member.
This is why we're playing this session, so we can establish this.
I'd say she might have been to the city before with like her family, but this is her first time performing here, while the others have probably done at least one show here.
Okay. Well, what a show to be a part of. First, well, we'll be hoping to put on a good one for you then, Elle. Speaking of which, I think what was it? I was meaning to say something, but I think it's on the tip of my tongue. Have you gotten registered yet? You just arrived? Ah, yes, the register, of course, of course. The various representatives are probably going to meet up, or have probably already met up with the officiator for the event. Have you? No? It's pretty standard. It makes sense that if you're going to be a part of an event, you probably use signs somewhere that confirms your presence. It's likely, probably, definitely, you haven't yet, right? Yep. Well, it's at least you're not fashionably late. It's still a couple days before the summit itself, so why don't you two get acquainted and Trifoli, you have the day off. Get some rest and help out our friend Elle here. You know where the church is. Speak to the officiator and get her registered.
Sure thing, boss. And then she winks at her.
Thanks, guys. Okay, so in terms of getting rest, where do you take it? Do you just hang out, eat a bit, wander around the city for a bit, go directly to the church to register her for the event, or yeah, this is your two's moment together. What do you two do together?
I have just decided that Trifoli has ADHD brain and will take L to whatever her obsession in the city is.
L is acoustic.
Acoustic, yes.
You are very
I can play
resonant.
her like a banjo, or I don't know, a lute.
Every time I'll move, just the sound of a string instrument plays. Okay,
Every time L moves, El Poco Loco starts playing in the background.
perfect. We're gonna do that as wandering around the city or within the cavern. Or within Heroes Feast. City? So, you remember the way.
I do, but like, you have to see this like busking around here. Let me see if I can find him.
Okay, so you go around, find a busking performer, and you can probably easily find one, considering it's 2 days before the big event. And by big event, I mean the king's coronation. Your event is kind of a secondary thing, but they're taking place on the same day. As you sing prayer songs.
No, I don't think so. Look, 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 look! There she is, there she is. Let's go listen to her.
You guys, you're specifically going to see a busking performer or something? I actually do have a map. Hup. This, Sure, this works. As you two walk around and find a performer, you can easily find one. It doesn't take much as you walk out of. As you switch to. As we switch to the main map, it doesn't take any turn of corners. It doesn't take any walk around. Just immediately up on a race platform by a well within the city, you can easily find this reptilian-looking woman that's performing some sort of ballad. Do you care to listen?
Yep.
Alright. As you care to listen, okay, let's do this. Which is it? 3. Which is that? Let me look at the list. 1, 2, 3. Oh, okay, this is but this is fitting and funny. Despite the elegant-looking appearance and fashionably charming look of this snake woman, she starts singing, and as soon as you hear her speaking voice, it is quite a contrast as you hear this deep and bellowing growl as she sings what is essentially heavy metal. And you try to listen to the lyrics. It is in common and understandable, and you can pick up a bit of the song. I am not actually gonna do this because there is no way I am capable of doing that. But she specifically sings of someone that you're probably most definitely familiar with, considering all of them are pretty popular in the city that you're in. She sings of a tale of a cleric who was a stout and reserved man. With strength and conviction, he raised both an army and a nation, yet nobody ever truly saw his face. Clad in heavy and always clanging armor, the king would eventually rise to the occasion, summoning the strength of, a rumored army of stone to, fight and oppose the disaster up and coming, until eventually his life would be taken and his body would be sealed in a tomb far underground, and built on the top of that, a castle and a new nation. You hear the story of, I actually have names for all of them now. This isn't really something that you can't know, but just because it's still a knowledge check, roll me both of you a religion check. You both already have knowledge of this person, but it's still something that I want to see how much you know extra. Religion. Oh god, 0. 11. Oh, well, uh, L, you already know this person, and Trifoli, so do you, but plus 7? There it is. It's because clerics now have, it, I'm assuming you took the cleric option that allows you to add wisdom to religion. I'm assuming L is probably a thaumaturgy. Yeah, that makes sense. So yeah. Somehow Trifoli is the one more familiar, but both of you already know who this is. You hear a ballad, or a ballad is very wrongly called, considering it was a heavy metal Sabaton song, essentially. The story of Dragorn Ashford, the cleric who was the founder and one of the 12 champions of the Drafor Empire. He is known as someone clad in armor, a very strong individual, but reserved, as he was mostly a representative of strength, conviction, and self-reliance. That's the word. And if you want to actually know what this looks like, considering she describes them to you, I actually have profiles for all of them now. And you hear a tale of the founder of the Empire, the progenitor of the Empire, whose bloodline is said to be, well, what has passed down and birthed one of the major powers of the world. Do you hear the story of the Cleric? Yeah, that's one of the performances. Do you tip? Do you cheer? Do you react in any way? She has gathered the crowd, so it's not just you. But do you do anything special?
While she was performing, could I have been like getting swept up in the music and dancing a little bit?
Sure. Do you want to perform as well? Performance check? Impromptu street dance?
Uh, sure. Let's see if this goes well.
Yeah. The first one we get to introduce is that literally the heavy metal one. I'm gonna give one go. Yeah, pretty good considering it was impromptu and, well, you are pretty graceful yourself. Heavy metal is not something that you are too used to, but you can get the rhythm as it is music, it is still a melody. You are able to dance and adapt more with stronger, harsh movements rather than your usual graceful ones. You are able to still, well, give a decent performance as people look at you, see your dancer's card, and it takes like 10 seconds before someone recognizes you and shouts your name, but well, as the performer looks at you and before she can even thank both you and the gold, one person in the crowd comes up to you and is asking you. Are you guys called the Kylter or the Amana? Is there a short one for you, or are you just called like if you're called by like a shorter name? What are you called in between those two names, Amana or the Kylter? Kylter. It's Kylter. It's one of their performers. Oh, as well, you're kind of like surrounded by like 3 people who seem to recognize the name of your troops. Oh, is this one of your performances? Are we gonna get more? Is this a prompted stage performance? A couple peasants, a couple some noble walking around from a bit farther away start turning to look at you. Not enough to catch the attention away from the performer. Kind of looks at you in recognition, but how do you address them? Considering you and L are walking around.
Trifoli will clear her throat. I have a weird question.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if this would work, but could you use vicious mockery in like a role play thing to amplify my voice
I
in
just
like a commanding way? I guess
just
I don't know.
just as a bit of an application, sure.
Yeah. I'm gonna do that, and then Trifoli will just say, "Hey everyone, uh, this isn't this isn't one of our performances, but If you do want to check us out, we'll be performing very soon at the summit. But for now, check out this wonderful lady who I've been fond of recently. And then she points to her, the
As you
performing
point,
lady, and then runs away.
and then Elle goes, if you guys want more of their dancing, you guys can go to my prayer meeting. They're performing there for free. Hands them a flyer, which you apparently have. Where did you get this? Oh well. While they're distracted, as they obviously listen to you, and since your attention has grabbed them, they turn their attention back to their performer, who looks like she was about to be a bit mad that you kind of stole her show, but then you point the attention back to her, and well, she's back to addressing them, and you use this moment to get away. Whee! Just paper with some doodles on it. As you walk.
Since when do you have flyers of us?
Let me just shout out this map because this actually is like a whole city map. This is a pretty big one. I'm not gonna zoom out entirely, but I'll show you later. It's just papers with some doodles on here. Since when do you have a paper of us? It's for my prayer meeting. I'm kinda scamming them. You're reacting to that? It's for my prayer meeting. I'm kinda scamming them. Well, I guess you're good enough friends to just tell that to each other. What? Aren't you supposed to be a virtuous priest? Yes, I am converting to them by scamming them. Huh. Well, that's new. I'm flipping you. I know works. Asymmetrical character designs and not being able to flip. I'm converting them by scamming them. Very good plan. That doesn't sound like religious people I know. Huh. Alright then. But anyway, how was the music? Oh, don't worry, some religious people are evil anyways. You're walking to the church, by the way. It was awesome. Dancing was awesome as always. That's what Niam tells me sometimes, but Killian told me not to bother. Whole city. Thanks, Al. You're so sweet. Okay, putting you guys to the edge of the map so we switch soon. And as they keep walking around, talking to each other. Switch you guys back. Discord, operating. Being nice to each other. What I'm doing isn't that bad, unless people coming into my prayer meetings. I have to do that. Sorry for using you guys. Yeah, this is gonna make me puke. Amazing. You guys kind of take a bit of a turn. You kind of were, as Trifoli has been leading all along. Trifoli is kind of being, oh, let's check out that. Ooh, oh, that place. Let's take a turn here. I know a good place that has like a fantastic view of some mannequins that'll show you like the quality of fabric from the window. We don't have to even go in. It's gonna be actual window shopping. And over here they have some fish sticks. They're quite delicious. Oh, and over here they have some. Kind of like are being led around like we're gonna head to the church. Do something to make it interesting. And you're kind of being led in a bit of a roundabout way, still in the direction, but you are still being walking around. You can't scam people forever.
Do something that will make them stick around. Something that's far more fun than the other boring prayer meetings at all the other churches they do. Like our plays. Half of these people wouldn't even be bothered about the stories we tell. But Niam's writing is just so fun, and Killian's choreography on top of it all just brings it all together.
But yeah, as you're being taken around, you talk about, oh yeah, I want to meet God and I want to meet God and that'll make them come to my prayer meeting. As two fellows of the more underrepresented stories of the world are talking to each other about their shared unpopularity, ironically enough. It's a bit more understandable where you currently are right now in the Kingdom of Theon, the kingdom that is practically built around reverence of the 12. And your stories, Trifoli, aren't as popular as, well, literally the main belief. But they get good enough to attention to be as big as you are, and it's still an honor that, of course, that they would still accept you to perform in such a sanct place. I don't even know if that's how that works, but I'm gonna continue with it. And of course, your friend Elle over here, a worshipper of the Sun Faith, one of the many different bodies of the Old Faith. Of course, if the 12 and, well, aka the Prime Champions, and their reverence is the New Faith, Elle is one of the Old Faith. So both of you share a bit in that sense of, yeah, you're kind of in a similar vein. I want to meet God, and that'll make me come to my prayer meeting. You guys just keep walking around and head forward. Anything else you guys talk about?
I don't, that's... Trifoli tries to make a point, but then just gives up. She has lost her confidence in this argument.
I want to meet God. Well, I suppose there are some faiths that believe in a central God. Say that there are no actual pantheons, like an actual alive pantheon. So yeah, I guess there would be some faiths that believe in a central God. There is, of course, the higher. Did I call it the higher? I know I called it something. Higher something plane. The higher divine.
Is this a pyramid thing? Or whatever.
I rewrote it somewhere, but I think it's called the higher divine plane. That, well, of course, the influence of, again, to get back into world exposition talk, the presence of divine energy coming from literally up above, and not even in a figurative sense, no, it's literally channeling down from above, is evident.
Oh yeah, the hourglass thing.
It's not, okay, just for a point of visual reference, it's not something that is eyeball visible. It's more like something that, it's definitely an energy that can be tracked and can be traced by anything that can sense divine energy. It funnels down and into a central point, and it's very much strong here in the kingdom, considering it funnels towards the center, and because of where it's built, the castle is the first to essentially receive it, and it's where it's mainly concentrated. So So it is definitely a very holy place where you are right now. And it's the higher divine plane. The higher divine plane is something that exists and has influence. Celestial creatures do manifest, though of course rarely and not commonly, and miracles through belief and sheer force of divine intervention by clerics and the like are things that do happen, and most people theorize that is because of the power of the upper and lower planes being manifestations of collective unconsciousness. But I suppose that's more something I say to the players. Whether or not your characters actually understand all that is something else. Essentially, belief
Only
has
has
power.
-1, and I don't think she knows.
Yeah. The gist of it, belief has power, as is more typical with common D&D as well. That's how gods work in the Forgotten Realms, but in this case, it's more of divinity in general works by belief has power, not just the gods. So the more a population believes in a certain faith, if they can be grouped up together, the more power that has. And it's probably why Fionn has an incentive to literally build at the center of the world. So yeah, keep going in. And just ask you guys, do you have anything more to talk about, or do we proceed? It's just, do you want to transition? Do you have more?
I mean, yeah, we can transition.
Okay.
We could do a lot of role play, but we'll save it for the main session.
As you are currently going on around Trifoli, you are recognized. You are recognized a bit in the city, so you kind of take a long way around to get to the church. You can transition. You kind of take a long way to the church, or a longer way to the church, not the most direct. And considering all of the detours that you've taken, you kind of have to find an alternative route. But eventually, you pass by this alleyway as you walk forward, and well, as you are continuing another conversation with the fellow over here, you hear a disgruntled moan from the other end of the alleyway. And your attention as you thought you were alone in this round, but then you turn to look and see what seems to be just an old guy with what looks like a dripping bottle of booze in his hand, and well, a very slurred walk. It's just I guess we could take this route after all. And then, well, you would come to walk away until this condition inevitably does catch on you, and you too. Drunk guy.
Can we help you with something?
Can you help me find God or something? I don't know, can you? He is very drunk. Oh, hi. Yes!
Trifoli will step back and let Elle take this.
Yes, you come to approach and, I didn't think that actually worked. Who are you? As the bumbling drunkard comes forward to talk to you, Elle. I will help you find our savior. But, kind of just throws his bottle to the ground. It doesn't shatter, but it does clink. What do you have? I'm Elle. Can you help me find God or something? Yes! Oh, I didn't think that actually worked. Do you want to join our prayer meetings? Yeah. When? I didn't want to say this, but looks like that teacher dude from My Hero Academia. You can see it. Here you go. Hands him the shitty flyer. See, it's... I guess this is me asking, is your flyer specifically telling of being is a prayer meeting for the Sun Faith, considering that's what cleric you are, right? Or are you scamming them, making them think that you are representing a different faith? Are you are you just scamming people into your religion, or are you actually committing heresy? Yep, for the audience who doesn't know. Oh yeah, it's specifically that haircut. Yeah, okay, now I definitely see it. Forgot you had that haircut. Are you advertising the Sun Faith, or is it something else? I'm asking you, Hi. Gotta be honest with you, the audio kept dying. I'm asking you if the flyer is specifically advertising your faith, the Sun Faith, or are you trying to misrepresent them into thinking that it's something else, one of the more popular faiths, etc., to just get them to come? Like, how far is this trickery? Like, are you trying to get them to be with you guys, or are you tricking them, making them think it has to be? Okay, so this is something. As you read this flyer, come join our prayer meetings. Our god is a turtle, or something along the lines, and kind of like squints at it, looks and. Augustus kind of like sobers up a bit in his stance. I mean, I guess this is kind of like looks at you up and down, you know, getting his composure. You're not actually from here, are you? He asks. No, I'm not. Why? No reason. What was I doing here again? I'm like next to you. What about your friend there? Quiet. Keeps a bit. Anything you say, Trifoli?
She has no idea what's happening. She just like she's nearby to help her if she throws hands or something. But other than that, she's just observing.
As you observe and okay. he has a, he goes down to have a smile on his face while like all right then I'll carry on then. I'll be checking out this prayer group or whatever. He lets you pass. Thank you. I'll wait for you there. Do you also go, Trifoli?
I guess.
As you go to walk forward, I would like one of you to give me insight and one of you to give me perception. One of you roll me. One of you roll me insight check, and one of you roll me perception check. Decide who does which.
I'll do insight. I'm assuming your perception is higher.
Did perception done? And 16. As he passes by, you kind of like replay that conversation in your head, and the 16 is the insight. You kind of replay that conversation in your head, and were you Trifoli? You know, like famous guy trucking from the bars and taverns that he's played in before. This guy was an pretty weird to find God, and well, there was that whole thing that kind of like, and then kind of take note for a bit at once L actually mentioned that, yes, I can, and that moment of sudden sobriety, soberness. I don't know. That sudden moment kind of takes attention to you, and you kind of make it pick up what exactly is his deal. And then there's you, L, who kind of just looks around, just keeps check that nothing was pickpocketed from you. You've dealt with people before, just making sure that your gold pouch is still with you, nothing was taken, you still have everything from you. And but at the corner of both of your eyes, though, you see what looks like at the corner of both of your eyes from behind you, as you are about to pass, your instincts kick in from both of your analysis and reads of this guy as he turns around, now with a dagger in his hands, about to charge at you, but thankfully, with your immediate noticing of it and your suspicion of him already, Trifoli, you were able to redirect the dagger as it falls away from his hands and clattering onto the ground before him. Tougher than you look. As you turn around and whoa, roll initiative. Oh dear. And let me pause for a bit and let's do this.
Wow.
This and alright. So L, you had
Are you going to play melee or range? Mine's 11.
11. The range was add a 3. Great.
Woo!
Okay,
He is indeed a trump card.
initiative starts. L, this guy just tried to stab you.
If you're playing range, I can move you on my turn. I can move you on my
Time
turn.
for OneD&D combat. Mostly the same, but you guys have very different features, so have fun. Sir, you're in right mind. The one.
So wait, actually, does him moving up to us to try and stab us count as ending his turn near us?
I guess it would be, yes. Before the initiative started.
If that's the case, then I'll spend a bardic.
Yeah, you spend a reaction. Okay, tell us how this works. Describe it, how it works. This is a new thing, so tell us. How does this all work out?
Okay, so as soon as the dagger falls out of his hand, Trifoli spins around and strikes a pose which sort of makes her look brighter in some way, like a blinding brighter. Don't mess with the dancer's reflexes. And he has to like cover his eyes. Oh, I died. He has to cover his eyes for a bit to like shield his eyes from pain. And in that time, people can move away from him. How much? Let's find out. It's a D6 bad.
Let's find out. He gets back.
When I get
Oh, hi, Matt. That's 1.
wow, you can move a whole of 5 feet.
I mean, it's still enough to do something. Okay, so as Trifoli does a dazzling shine, you and L are able to move a bit. 5 feet. Right. 5 whole feet. You're gonna move 5 feet. Awesome. Wow. Top left, down for some reason.
So I'll also move back.
Oh, you can,
5.
you can do this one.
Yep, we can. Anyone,
Back like
me,
this.
yep, because I am not doing hand-to-hand combat already.
Okay. So as that happens, as he ended his turn before initiative started and the dice was dropped, you are able to back down as you ask, "Sir, are you in your right mind? I do not want to hurt you, sir." Hurt you. I don't know, like, he seems to be back. He still seems a bit drunk, but one thing in his slurs that you do catch it, and you're just smart. And you hear him also say, "Orgins." And yeah, he doesn't seem to be too responsive. Oh, sir, please put down your dagger. You can talk this through. He pulls out. He did put down his dagger, but from behind him, he now pulls out a mace. Well, he did put down the dagger.
Elle just screams at him.
Elle, you seem to be being attacked at an alleyway. I'm gonna blast him and get the excited of this. Blast as he's ready. Yep. Which ready. Guiding bolt. Oh my god. Okay. I mean, alright then. You channel some radiant light as your holy symbol flashes a bright light. You are readying a spell in case things turn hostile and alright, let's hope. I guess, are you ending your turn there? He can still move now. You are out of range, but due to his positioning, you can't really move right further into the alleyway. Can't really move right. Stay here. Trifoli. Elle looks like she's ready to blast the
Trifoli is like kind of pissed off, so she'll just scream at him. You drunkard prick, do you not know not to attack people in the streets? Vicious mockery.
Surprisingly, well, unsurprisingly, probably, that's going to be... My god. 0 on the wisdom modifier, but a 19 on the dice.
Oh god. Yeah, that passes.
Turns around to you. I'm supposed to do something.
No, just make you feel bad about yourself.
Anything else? Fortunately, that was 19 on the die roll.
Let me see what my new thing gives me.
Go on, dance bard. God, I just randomly rolled a d20 and got a 20. Well, I guess that was wasted. Just fidgeting with my dice and getting half my dice.
I wish that was me. But anyways, I think that I'll just I'll move 1 square to the left. Yes, that's how directions work. Left. Yep, that's it. That's my turn. I'm not going fisticuffs just yet.
Okay, well, both of you kind of have done something about him. Well, Elmore more consistent rather than anything specific. So let's choose 1 or 2. Not bad. So it is still L. He turns around to bring his mace down at him, which, yeah, he's going to attack you and fire off this spell. Wow. He charges at you as you fire his spell. Perhaps it's the sudden speed despite being a bumbling drunkard a couple seconds ago. But as you spell in your hand kind of gets misdirected as he brings forward this mace with a blinding speed faster than earlier. He knocks aside your arm as your spell comes firing off and hitting the wooden post of this well. And, well, unfortunately, misses against him. As he comes to spring down his mace twice at you with a multi-attack. That's going to be a 15, which misses you. And then a 19, which I think does hit. Brings down 5 bludgeoning damage to you as you are bashed across the shoulder. Come quietly. Power is the roots of something. As the round passed by, would have been earlier, but I guess. As the round passed by, you see him bring out his other hand to whistle. I can't actually make a whistling noise, so just imagine he does a whistling noise and just goes, "Boys!" As you hear a bit of scuffling from the alleyway to the left of you. You expect to see other similar thugs or drunkards, but what you see are something different. You see tiny little critters, all actually smaller than Trifoli, with scaled red skin and cloak in short hoods that barely cover the fact that they are not human, or they are not closely. Modulio, he has backup. And as he has backup, the hooded figure comes forward. As the small draconic creature, you probably know what it is as a D&D player, but who gets to get the character does later. Moves forward and also pulls out 2 daggers from beneath their cloak. L is currently being distracted by the bumping drunkard. It has advantage on both of them. Trifoli, you currently see your friend L being attacked. Wow, that sucked. That still misses with advantage. And that's a natural 20. Making up point. Okay, well, here it comes. Thankfully, it's just the dagger, so how bad can it be? The answer is... 8 piercing damage as a critical hit from the small draconic creature hits you. 8 piercing damage. L, you are currently being attacked by a small draconic creature. If you want to ask what they are, Alright, these fuckers are going down. You want to see if L knows what these creatures are? L can roll me a history. And you as well, Troy. Next one. Natural 20. Thanks. Could have used that earlier, dice. History, yes. L, you recognize these creatures to be of the draconic variety, but they are still humanoid. You can easily recognize, based on the tails that you have heard, kobolds. Small draconic servant creatures which were servants of dragons long ago before that whole monsters died out from the Rupture. They are generally a scattered race of creatures. They are in between being considered a people of their own or a monster, and most of them, as expected, are mainly hidden away in various passageways or as underlings to bigger, stronger creatures protect their smaller, trailer bodies. And you know what a kobold is, most of what you would know from Space D&D is mostly the same. So yeah, if Trish still wants to roll, you can, but Elle, it's your turn.
I'm not wasting a roll and maybe getting a nat 20.
Natural 20s on checks that don't matter. Okay, I'm gonna hit the dragon bitch with the quarterstaff. Quarterstaff, go. 19 hits. as your spells don't hit, but your quarterstaff does, you're able to hit this guy on the head. Ow! For 4 bludgeoning damage. As you bludgeon this creature. Oh, and spiritual weapon. What does your spiritual weapon look like? As you bludgeon this kobold, you see its hood come off. It has a strong, demonic face. It looks at you with a very angry grin. It seemingly is tougher than it looks. You know these creatures to be small and weak, but as you hit it, you expect it to do a bit more. It doesn't seem like your common variety can hold. Sport. It is the holy sport. Do I still have it?
Oh my god, the spork is making a comeback.
I need to check. Do I still have this sport? Let me look it up.
Someone DM Llama.
Okay, someone asked Llama for the sport card. This is... I'm trying to see if I can actually find... Yes, I do. I find the art that I use for the Holy Sport, but it isn't the version. There you go. The Holy Spark of the Sun God! It has come back! Jesus has returned! Let's go!
Let's go!
Okay, well, you summoned the Spork.
We've heard the second coming of Christ. It's the second coming of the spork.
Kobolds seem to be stronger than your variety. I'm up for the next alcoholic bench. And I'm attacking. Go ahead. Unfortunately, the Holy Sport misses as it is...
Damn, why are his rolls so shit?
As it is floating... Unfortunately, they keep missing this dude. He is very agile, surprisingly. Shit. It's got magic. Says that. No, it's not. Is that you? Or alley fight. Trifoli.
Alright, here's what I'll do.
The kobolds are still harder. So is this guy technically. Yeah, that kobold looked like it held off the staff pretty well.
I'll look at the main dude and then scream at him again. Oh, you dickhead! Stop messing with my friend! And then that's just the start of it, and then the next thing she says, which is just in curses and shit, because she's pissed off now. But at that point, the dude just starts hearing like multiple voices, some high pitched, some sound demonic, some sound angelic. He has no idea what's going on. Dissonant whispers.
Ooh, and that's another wisdom save.
I swear to God, yep. I swear to God, if he
Your
rolls high
spell
again.
DC is 14. He has a 0 wisdom. The dice he rolled is 13.
Woo!
Okay, finally, it works. Okay. As dissonant whispers sounds in his mind. 9. Is 9 psychic damage? It's unchanged?
Yep. That's still psychic, yeah.
As he has the sense of overwhelming something in his mind. He's supposed to run.
Yep.
Okay. As much as he can away from you. Right.
Yeah. I don't think Dissonant Whispers changed at all, so yeah.
And he is currently here looking at Eliane. I guess Elda would have an attack of opportunity.
Do spiritual weapons count as an attack of opportunities or no?
If this is a sanctuary if there is a new version, we'll update it by the next session. Is enough. Managed to block him. Didn't have much.
Woo!
As Honk, 3 bludgeoning
Wow.
damage.
Hey, what are your rolls today? The bed did you wake up on?
As you go to bonk him, anything else you do on your turn?
Do I just use everything I have on a basic encounter? Sure, why not? This is the tutorial phase. I'm gonna use my bonus action, spend a bardic die, and smack the shit out of this kobold.
Is it just you spend a bardic die and you can attack, or you can use bardic inspiration, and whenever you use bardic inspiration, you have an attack?
It's whenever I use bardic.
Inspiration.
No wait, let me.
It's
let me
whenever you
repeat
use
it.
bardic inspiration to do anything, correct?
Let us read and find out.
Let's read your future, Dance Bard.
When you expend the use of your bardic inspiration as part of action, you can make one unarmed strike as part of that action, bonus action, or reaction.
Okay, so you can use that bardic inspiration for something else, like inspiring L, and you can make an attack on the same action that you use it right?
Oh,
So you don't
wait,
just have
so
to
if
spend it to punch, you punch as an addition to whenever you spend bardic inspiration dice.
that's
So
interesting.
yeah, it adds on to bards just being able to inspire someone. So whenever you inspire someone, you can punch.
Is it just for inspiration, or like in the case of the inspiring movement thing where I'm using a bardic die to do something else, or does that count as well, or no?
Does that inspiring movement cost a reaction, action, or bonus action?
Yes, it costs a
Yeah,
reaction.
then I would assume it will also work. It's all meant to tie together.
Oh, well, then I'll just taunt the other kobold to coming near me, I guess.
Taunt? like,
Yeah, I don't know, just
oh, okay.
make it pissed off at me, I don't know.
Not use specific kind of other ability. That's hard to do.
Nah.
When you're inspired,
I'll just do that.
punch you down.
Yep.
Okay, L, you are inspired. Hard. It's the hat. You have a hat for some reason. I feel like this hat came from somewhere else. I need to change that. I just need the same resources as. Okay, go punch. That's an 18 19, you are able to hit. Nice. Alright. And that's 4 bludgeoning damage. Not much, but considering that was still the same bonus actually used to inspire someone as a bard, that's just a bonus. So I'd say
Yeah. It's just a lot of options. You can do a lot.
Yep. Dance Bard is just action economy to supplements.
It's like being an action economy subclass in an already action economy class.
As you punch this kobold, you see a bit of its foot fall off as partly behind the shoulder you can see that these kobolds aren't exactly unarmored. You see them wearing something, it seems, a leather vest or whatever it seems. It seems that probably why they're a bit tougher than what you would think, based on what else knowledge would be this in combat. Normally these creatures are supposed to be pushovers, but these ones seem to not.
I'll stay there for now.
Well, this kobold finally gets to move and on and down you. Does that do anything for weapons? As tactics, as it goes
Let's
down,
use
daggers.
let's use one more bardic
Okay.
to do the
Every
movement
time
thing again.
something does anything within sight line of you, I'm just gonna ask if you have something, because you probably do. What do you do? You spend the bar-
Inspiring movement.
Okay, how does that affect you too? Go ahead. Move.
Oh my god, again? You can move 5 feet again if you want. I hate
Great.
this.
Amazing! Thankfully, this isn't your only session, so
Yeah.
I'm guessing
but
not great
before
for
I
you
move,
now, because nowhere else really gets you out of their range.
but yeah, before I move, I'll
You also
smack
punch.
them and then move myself.
And then parts of work.
Yes, this is fun. I like this.
I really hope they keep change it a bit, maybe, sure. But I really hope they keep it.
I will cry if they take this out.
Is miss. Like I said, they are a bit more resilient
Wow.
than regular. Miss like here or one.
Yeah, there.
Okay. And as it goes there. Cobalt gets there, and it's that was just the start of its turn, not even ending its turn, okay. Well. Alright then, where it's gonna... Okay, well, that's actually a good thing, because that you made it lose attack tactics, and it can't regain it because nothing is next to you, so that's something. It's gonna... Okay, it's gonna throw one of its daggers towards Elven, which would be just at normal. You have pretty good AC, and 11 definitely does not hit you. And it's just gonna charge towards you, Trifoli, with its regular dagger and miss. You made it important. You made attack tactics. That's good. So, Bumbling Drunkard sees this happening and sees that both of you have now cast magic. And you see him like, if you do turn to look at him, you see him like with a sense of like, shit, he wasn't prepared for this. And kind of looks around and, boys, bring him back to me. You know the spot. And he'll run.
Wow.
I ain't dealing with magic.
For real.
And the Draconic underlings kind of just look to each other, just shrug. And they continue. Well, their main target was L, but Trifoli is also here. Oh yeah, before... And actually... Oh yeah, this happens. At round 3, they look to each other, like, and with a bit of... with non-verbal communication, they can just kind of like look, and their grin grows wider. They were only told to bring you back, not essentially being alive. As they pull down their cloaks, revealing what you see now, you see them channel something through their arms on what looks like magical arcane energy. Oh, and that's surprising. As what you see does put a bit of a chill down your spine, as you can see the crackling of flames start to manifest in your hands. Oh. Oh.
Oh.
Oh. Oh. As this one charges some magic in his hands, as fire magic is cast towards him. As chromatic bolts.
Yep.
One towards L, one with back John Trifoli. Oh no, Trifoli is going to be a natural 1 and a natural 20, so that's going to be a natural 20.
Oh my god.
And the one on L is just going to be 15, which misses L's 17 AC, so Rupture taking, how much is this? 46 plus 4. Oh boy. I'm gonna use my thing on the roll. On what?
I don't even have bad AC. This is just a nat 20.
True. Your thing? What? Oh!
What thing?
Light Cleric.
What does she-
Disadvantage. Yep,
Oh.
remember.
So is that a normal? Is it just a nat
That
1
would
then?
turn it into the nat 1.
Let's
Okay.
go.
Okay. Good job remembering that, because I didn't.
Clutch.
As this fiery bolt looks like it's about to hit you square in the chest, Trifoli. You are about to see your life literally flash by your eyes as both the shock of fire being cast at you know what that means, and the fact that it's heading straight to you with this charge that you didn't expect these small creatures to chuck. You are stunned in silence for a moment until you see this bright flash of light coming from L's direction, as suddenly the fire just whizzes past above you. You feel a bit of the singe above your head, but you feel yourself safe, as warding flares activated by L, making it miss. Okay, these creatures are probably a lot more dangerous than you expected. Just gonna stay here. L, good save. You take no damage. You take damage avoided. You take no. Yeah!
Yep.
I blast. By the way, Sid, do you actually have to go soon?
I have around 30 minutes.
Right. That's with guiding bolt.
God damn. Now that's a good rule.
Okay, on which one? The one that's already hurt, or the one that tried to cast fire, or the one next to it? Which one?
Oh, he died again. I'm gonna use that second to.
Okay, Sid's in the bathroom right now, like a Michael, but you target the hurt guy as this radiant bolt of light is flashing forwards towards the kobold. It hits it square in the shoulder, as it is tossed around for a side, struggling to keep its balance with a strong hit. 13 radiant damage from this caressing, is breathing through the air, and hits this thing in the shoulder. Very much hurt, it grunts in a cry of pain. It turns to you, its anger flaring in its eyes, as Sid's L, whatever your stance is on that, that clearly is something that is not good. These creatures, while draconic in nature, yes, should not be normally able to channel that strong of fire magic. And the fact that it's fire magic is the city that's outlawed. And here, well, Not something for you to figure out right now, considering you're still in the brawl. What else you do? That's legal. Spiritual weapons now. I'm gonna stab the fire blasting dude. Good call. For 11 radiant damage. That is... Okay, now we're doing damage. As 11 radiant damage is... Okay, now I would actually like to ask you, Hi. There's one change to OneD&D. Non-lethal attacks are now applicable to anything that is specifically stated to be a melee attack, including melee spell attacks. Do you actually wish to kill this kobold, or do you want to leave it alive? Spiritual weapons, a melee spell attack. Don't. Send them into the case. Don't leave them alive, or leave them alive. Kobold is knocked down, unconscious. Its hood on the ground, its fire not no longer active. Okay, good on you. Now, click down one. That's my turn. Holy shit, L. Okay, your friend has been doing something while he was away. No tree. Okay, bonus action heal her first. As you should, bitch. I saved you. 7 healing goes to L. As L, you feel your wounds close. Slowly, you see a bit of healing. Main action. Stairs short in the pants is one disarray. Business whispers once more. It actually has a negative whisper, so this is going to be a 3. Hey. It's going to be 10 psychic damage and it's forced to run away. Runs away, Trifoli, this is your moment, I suppose. I'll honor our strike as normal. Natural 20, there you go. Oh my god! Critical punch. Alright, Sid. Your moment. Go ahead. Oh, and for you asking...
Okay, so as
Yeah, we're still doubling mods.
let's go. But yeah, as it like clutches its mind as it runs away. Trifoli does a few more twirls and then just goes. As she's twirling, she just like does the master thing, like does a twirling punch and then leaps into the air and kicks him in the ass as he runs away.
Alright, and...
I like to imagine he's not running away. It's just that she hit him so hard he ran. He was pushed 30 feet.
Sure, fuck yes. Alright, damage then.
Watch me roll shit. Just absolute dog water. Oh, not bad.
12 is respectable. This is a reaction. So, yeah, you're doing quite a bit with your non-main actions. Oh boy. It's nearly gone. Hey, are you chasing after it?
Shield to L. Wanna let that one go, or should we turn them both in?
Drunkard is nowhere to be seen. This one might still.
She's trying to sound calm, but she's super excited that she pulled off that combo. It's like silent. It's like, I did it, yeah.
Should we let that one go, or should we turn it in as well?
He'll run after him.
What's up, bitch?
And I'll end my turn there.
You're there. He doesn't have anywhere to go other than going forward. Wait for something. Well, just like for an animal. He'll charge up more chromatic bolts in his arms as he fires them straight point at my head.
Wouldn't that technically be disadvantage
No,
because
it's not actually one of the things that is a melee or ranged up. It is just ranged. Yeah, it's a panic. So this will be both at disadvantage. That's going to be a 9. No. And that's going to be an 8. No. More of a panic. The chromatic bolts fire off to your side, singeing the rock that the house to your side was made of, and flying far forward and bouncing off a spiritual weapon, arcing in the air and landing in the water of the well, sizzling. It's gonna see that there's no point in staying to fight, so it's just gonna try to run away from you, and we have no more reaction. We have no reaction.
yeah, don't react. Do reactions replenish at the start or end of the turn?
Start of your turn, but the start of your turn was before you cast this. You spent your reaction during your turn as it started. So that's one thing about using your reaction on your turn, you get it back at the start of your next turn. Reaction cards. Bumbling Drunkard is here. Underling is dead. No. So technically you kinda gained that giant dash. Now quit.
Yeah, I don't think he would have run away if I didn't nearly kill him.
I'm gonna dash. Are you specifically a wood elf that has faster movement speed? Actually no, I think you're a high elf. Never mind. Just checking how far
Damn high is high.
you're high.
He is indeed high.
Get here. See it. Let's wrap this up. Just basically just any creature that is look at him, enter. Triff. You're probably Holy. Sido. Oath 3. It's 32. Not. Sid. Sid. Sid? Pearson? Ah, Trifoli's turn. Oh, yeah. The rounds are going by pretty fast, I suppose, since a couple have already been. Ray of Frost. This might kill if it actually kills him, so, no. Yeah, non-lethal is applicable to melee attack rolls now. Range attack rolls do not. Yes, you would have enough movement to melee. It's right here. Somehow. Okay, I'll do that. Let's say non-lethal. That's all this is. You have your main action, your bonus action, and other things. Yeah, that turns around to face you. And that's 8 bludgeoning damage, and that 8 is enough to... Well, you can describe how you do it. Whatever you do, uppercut, whatever, or I don't know, pinch press, that's martial arts maneuver. It is not conscious to 0. Able to put the kobold down. The arson kobolds have been incapacitated. Just works on it. Oh my god, you're not bringing back the working as not brought back enough references. You weren't in that game, but we're not bringing back the twerking reference. Twerking is for dodging, not attack. This one. Finished. Alright. I want to ask, what do you guys plan to do with this? We can make this fast. The drunkard is nowhere to be seen. Where did these even come from? We're gonna call the police. You look at them, and it's definitely something. You know what kobolds are, and you know what pyromancy is like in the kingdom. There's no role you need to make to understand that what these guys' presence is an anomaly. First of all, they managed to somehow get within the city, and, well, with that guy, so that's another question, what's their relation to that guy? If no one knows fully that fire magic is definitely illegal, then don't take them to the police. Well, whatever there is, you'll see. Actually, probably likely some person near the church, so you could probably just take it there. The church is a pretty popular place, so yeah. You can probably find one along the way, if not on the city. So let's do that. Okay, so you tie them up, whatever you do, keep them. Probably have some means of binding them, so I'm not gonna ask anything. But yeah, eventually managed to get them tied up, and I can just move you guys straight to where our final destination of this game is. God, Jesus, the city is so huge. And as you near, you find yourself at a splendid white chapel. As the Church of Theon is quite large. Being reverent of 12 figures, the church itself is quite large with hefty amounts of space to dedicate entire small shrines over to each, and given that it's pretty huge and you're specifically visiting the main one in the central city, you are able to easily find a couple of guards who patrol along the area. But do you actually tell them the situation, or do you just hand them in? Or question them? Do you specifically say why you're taking them in? This guy. We'll tell him. Alright, so you specifically tell them that you caught these... Do you also mention the drunk guy? Yes. So you tell them what happened, how you were met in the alley by a drunk guy, call for help, and sick these two kobolds who wield fire magic to attack you. You tell them how you managed to fight them off and are now handing them in because they are, well, in possession or incapable of fire magic that was discharged within the city. And then Cortis looks to you, for those who don't know Latin or Spanish, or any of the Latin-based languages that the city means. You're commonly called the Blue Guard, as their shining metal armor and blue coloring is very indicative of their association and allegiance to the kingdom. He looks behind his visor, kind of like a
Pyromancy? In the city? Huh. You take me for a fool.
And then, just to not make this long, either with stern look or with thorough explanation, you manage to convince him, which he is still not likely to believe, but given what you currently have in front of you, he doesn't really see any reason you have to lie.
Meet. There's a general inside the church. I believe you would find it much better to speak with him. I'll talk to him and get him soon. This is a very tasty product. Head inside.
Tells you to head inside. Yeah. Assuming you head inside. As you head inside, you see this beautiful, large white chapel that I can now actually show you. Sits back. I can now actually show you this beautiful white chapel and this very large map. But before that, you're put down here as you're put here at basically I'll re-explain it later. You're put here as the general of this guard just says,
There seems to be a problem here. Sir, these two claim that these kobolds here are capable of pyromancy in a castle within the city. Pyromancy? Under our watch? What are you suggesting? I believe they are being truthful, sir. Very well. I will take these two then. Thank you for bringing it to our attention.
As he salutes with his, as he salutes to you, you see this towering general and clad in bright silver armor with decorations of blue. And he takes in these two kobolds and is very much interested as to why pyromancy was cast within these walls. And just to make this quick, well, here you guys are. This is the church that you were supposed to register at, Al. It's been quite a detour. But do you proceed forward then? As that seems to be taken care of. Now since we'll deal with that, we got our own we gotta deal with our own business. As you walk up the long hall of this church, and my god, the theme of today's session is just very large maps. This is actual size. I didn't even scale it down. That's the size of a chair. This map is just actually huge. Yep, you move forward, and well, it is a pretty map. And see a couple of people around. The main thing that stands out to you is that the central area of the church where the sermons are held. Up upon it, you see 12 very distinct statues. Given the number and the significance of each of the detail, it's hard not to tell. It's hard not to find out. It's hard not to figure out who they are to represent. As you look around, there are a couple people who move around the church as it is still being in use. As one of them actually moves forward to approach you. As you enter, you could have made them out when you entered the church, moving down from the altar as you entered, but now they come to meet you in the middle. As this would be someone, if not familiar, you've at least heard of Elle, as she comes over to move to you and, I'll be. Isn't Sun Faith finally making their arrival in the city? Tell me, how was your travels, Eliane? As Elle, whether or not you know her is something that you can decide for yourself. But here you meet someone who introduces herself to you, Trifoli, since I will probably assume that you two are strangers, as Syklos, a representative of the Moon Faith. The Sun Faith and the Moon Faith are closely intertwined, but are of course still different. While you worship the solar turtle, she of course worships the lunar whale. Seems you don't seem to recall me then. We aren't too familiar. We met at one meeting between the Sun and the Moon Faiths. I suppose it's good you do not clearly remember. Very well then. No matter. I'll just simply reintroduce myself. Syklos. Pleasure to meet you once more, Eliane. And I hope to make your good acquaintances at the Summit of Fates. I assume you are the representative. Yes, you're from the Moon. The Faith, yes. As you are of the Sun. I look forward to an intellectual discussion with you about the future of our fates. Well, of course, ours are closely intertwined. I look forward to you being able to answer my questions. I look forward to it as well. Very well then. I won't stop you, or I won't keep you anymore from being registered then. It seems you, she kinda squints at you. Had a bit of a journey to get here then. As, well, she moves forward with her armor clanging a bit and weapon to her hip. She is very obviously what you could tell to be of the paladin sort. And I say paladin because the class names are actually class names that people use to refer to other people here. It's more explicit. And as you walk forward, there are a couple things that you notice. Just to make it fast, you notice a couple things. One is this elven-looking woman who seems to be very pale and very clad in holy robes of white, gold, and blue, seeming to be of a diviner variety that seems to look into what in her hands a crystal ball of sorts, flanked by two guards of the Blue Guard. Now you can actually see their art. And, sure, both of you roll me a history check. Hot. This is somewhat important, source. And you also history checks. Natural 20. The Blue Guard. Okay. And you definitely know them both. What the fuck? Trifoli, you've definitely heard of the Blue Guard as they have been subjects or characters in many of your tables. The Blue Guard, or more formally known as Hyacinth Fortis, are the knights and guardsmen of the Kingdom of Fion. They are considered holy men, as they are protectors of both the faith and the city. In Fion, church and state are basically one and the same, and their highest ranking members of the Guard are capable of joining the ranks of the Hyacinth Fortis. It is said in history the Blue Guard are themselves descended from, well, not descended from, but were the troops under the command of the Paladin of the 12, which, let me remind myself here who the Paladin was, of Mistra Theon. And that is an important name to you, as the Paladin of the 12 is named Mistra Theon, and that is important because, well, the last name is Theon. The Holy Guard, or the Blue Guard, the Hyacinthum, whatever you decide to call them, by the many names they fall under, are the guards who were under the command of Theon's namesake, the Holy Paladin, who was a faceless individual only defined by their heroic deeds. It is said that, because he rolled a 20, it is said that the Hyacinthum specifically keeps an exclusive number of 189 soldiers at a time, never going over and whenever going under, always having a replacement ready in their ranks. As during the age of the Rupture's the final sealing, Mistra Theon commanded a troop of 189 to fight off the city wall, to fight off the Rupture's forces at Theon's walls, successfully defending the entire city inside with only the 189 and herself. And so yeah, that's the story of the Blue Guard. You also see a couple of things. Priests moving around. There is one thing that stands out to you to the corner, but for the sake of time, I'll just ask you out off screen if you want to notice. You see someone that very much stands out in the robes of white, blue, and gold, and that's the robes of a dragonborn clad in black and red armor all the way to the corner there. But I mean, if you're interested, you can say to me that you check them out. I'll tell you all sometime later. Otherwise, you can just proceed to registration. This won't be the last you see of some of these characters. Do you proceed straight to the registration, or are you curiously looking around? I have to leave now. Alright. Well, this is basically the end of the session, and the most of who I am going to talk to is mine, so... I'll do you. Okay. Do you just proceed forward then? I'm gonna look around and then register. Alright, so said, I can basically type you out a bit, as I'm gonna be with my first then. I'll look around what she registers. Alright, so Trifoli probably has a top. And, L, do you also walk around? You also walk around with Trifoli, or separately? Yep. So I'm gonna assume you probably also walk around. And eventually, you also come to check this guy out. As you see what I described to be a dragonborn wearing what looks like to be a jacket with armor underneath it. As got bot work with me, you move forward to talk with Red Eye, as you look to see this Dragonborn talking with a priest of some sorts, but stop their conversation once you draw near. He looks at you, wordless, just with... From a squint you can tell a red eye shining from beneath the visor. His face is masked by this metallic visor, by this metal visor. He doesn't speak a word to you, he just kind of gives you a look that just asks, without words, why are you here? Oh god, Discord is not working for me. I say that we're gonna register. And he just asks in one simple word.
Summit. What summit?
He asks summit, question mark, for the summit.
I'm sorry, I just have to use this voice whenever I'm talking as someone wearing a helmet. It's mandatory.
Yes, no, maybe. He looks to your not hidden holy symbol.
Sunburn.
The sunben.
Well, I suppose we'll be meeting.
He turns to walk and leave unless you have something to say. He's making a wide mouth face. And sure, just to say what happened, just to see if you could identify it yourself, I'll make me another history check, specifically on this guy, as his armor is indicative of where he's from. You aren't sure, but well, he's not certainly from either Fion or Elizovia, that much you can tell. And how he composes himself, seems to be quite a distant man. Well, that seems to be all he's willing to tell you of. But Discord is not working well with the audio right now. Let me just... mysterious red-eyed dude. Well, for what you do know, he is most likely a representative, as he said that he would be joining the summit as well, or at least implied. So, you are likely going to meet again. But, for now, you are focused with getting registered. As you move forward to speak, plain, I don't think it is. There we go. As Bot is just... Bot's just dead, I think. Fine. Well, as you walk forward to get yourself registered, you meet with the officiator. A man with very clear long white beard, clad in white robes, and etc., etc. You know, he moves to speak with you. I'm not gonna make this long because we're basically done. He asks you, are you perhaps here as a representative of the sun? Hello, sir. The bot is just dead. Yes, I am. Very well. State your name. I am Eliane Aurora. He brings out what looks like to be a smaller crystal ball in his palm. Place your hand over here. And place your hand over here and swear your vow of attendance. Like a small clear ball in his hand places where he moves forward in front of you. As you take your hand forward and put it above, you once again swear your name. I am Eliane Aurora. I am here as a representative of the Sun Faith to attend the Summit of Fates in the Kingdom of Theon and its capital, Almeria, the City of Light. As it shines and takes in your words, you feel a vow being made as the officiator takes it in. Thank you. You are free to walk around and bask in worship. That is all we need. I hope to hold you to your vow. Thank you, sir. And that is essentially where we are to end. Though, I guess, if you are particularly curious, you may ask me something about the statues that you see here if you wish. I guess I can give a bit of description as we fade away. You see these 12 core statues of the 12 champions, the main faith of Theon and, well, currently the world. You see predominantly featured are the paladin and the wizard in front of everyone else. And, well, we already know that the significance of the paladin being the commander of the Blue Guard, who kept Theon safe and his namesake. But, yeah. If you are curious about any specific person, if L is, you're allowed to ask.
And the dark has no place to dream.
Maybe the Cleric. Well, Cleric is the one we've already discussed. This is Dragorn, the Cleric. If you ask the officiator, he will tell you basically what have been already told. He is, well, he was the progenitor of the Trifoli bloodline, which would eventually come to found the Third Kingdom, or the third tool of power. The Empire of Trifoli is one of strength, self-reliance, and power. They are an empire that conquers, as is what an empire is. So far, they've really only made their activities in the north, where, to be fair, nobody really goes to anyway, as they live in the surroundings of valleys, mountains, and very harsh soil. He himself, the cleric, is cleric. He is a divine channeler, and while he is essentially the patron saint of clerics, he is actually one of the ones who is less favored by Theon, partly because of being associated with being the leader of a rival kingdom, who are not friendly, not fully friendly. They're more isolationist than friendly. Citizens and the kingdom of Drayfor aren't really hostile, but they are shut off from the outside world. Dragorn, this person, the cleric, was said to see the rupture itself as a calamity that was a mistake on the world, and that part of that philosophy was passed down to his people. And well, most of what you know has already been told. To give you Mistra, the Paladin, the one you already know about fully of the Blue Guard, but just to show you what she looks like, it's that.
must we go
Damn. Yeah. Well, that's the namesake of a kingdom there.
and smile in peace?
Mistra Fion, a faceless individual who has much of her history wiped from, well, records. It is said that she was simply a person who achieved in the ranks and didn't prefer to have her lineage be defining of her. She, well, we know her to be the commander of the 189 Blue Guards who defended the city of Fion, or the city of Lumeria, 500 years ago, and with her troops had fended off from having a single casualty happen behind the city's walls during the final age of the Rupture. Dragonborn dude? I assume Sid means asking about who the Dragonborn person we talked to was. And I suppose Trifoli would ask. Okay. Hi, just type to Sid what I say then. Trifoli asked the officiator who that Dragonborn person was, while the officiator himself doesn't say the identity. He'll instead look to the statue of Dragorn, the Cleric. It is something you realize now, considering you see the similar metallic designs on his armor, the statue, and you recall similar designs of black, red, and gold on well, primarily black, but you recall similar designs on the Dragonborn that you saw, and can probably assume that the officiator is stating that was Drafor's representative. The kingdom the empire that you just learned is a bit shut off from most of the world. He didn't give you his name, but you can presume you realize what his affiliation is.
The path we chose is cold, and the dark has no place to dream. Must we go?
The Dragonborn you saw was a representative of the Drafor Empire. The Dragonborn statue among the 12 is the Sorcerer. That's why I was asking if you were specifically looking at the Dragonborn statue, because there is a Dragonborn in the statues. That just died. And this one just died. Yeah. Anyone else you specifically want to ask for? We have essentially ended the session, and well, yeah, I guess I can. Do you take a preliminary look at all of them, just so I can show you what they look like individually? Yep. Okay, so you go around in a circle. Yes. You already saw who Mistra was. A paladin who represents life, light, order, and peace. So being a light cleric, part of your domain actually does coincide with Mistra. So the light domain is something that, well, belief in her presides over. So yeah, you actually would be somewhat related. You already know what I said. You look at the barbarian, who is named Aesir. He represents he is a Goliath that represents grave, nature, death, and tempest. And he looks like this. You look at the bard, which is a female red tiefling bard with black hair, who is named Meliade, who represents the domains of Arcana, knowledge, light as well, and nature. So part of your domain also does coincide with Meliade. Damn. You already saw who Dragorn was? Dragorn is the Dragorn is a dwarf. We have Felicia, spelled Felesha, the druid, who, upon closer inspection, is a half-orc, representing death, grave, life, and nature. Damn. We look to the fighter and see a female human clad in armor, with her helmet being taken off to show her face, named Tamlin, the fighter who represents forge, knowledge, order, and war. Clad in silver armor, she is said. Some of these aren't as developed as others, but one thing that I do have developed for Tamlin is that she is essentially the patron saint of adventurers. Being the fighter, she is often worshipped and revered as the patron saint of adventurers. So travelers and those who specifically go on adventures, they often pray to believe in her. We have what was his name again? Quindak, a monk who seems to be shorter in stature with a beard and shorter body than the rest of the champions. You can presume to be a halfling, representing the domains of forge, grave, life, and peace. He is quite an understandable old guy monk. Yeah. We turn to the ranger, who upon closer inspection has pointed ears and a slender build. While drawing a bow, you know the name of Theodluin, the ranger representing over grave, knowledge, nature, and tempest. He is an elf, and is someone you are probably very familiar with, considering, do I not have three? Yes, I do. Show hand as he is basically treated as the patron saint of Eladovia, as he is the elf. He is the elf among the champions. This next one, though, is another shorter one. You see someone who is masked and masked in dark blue to violet-ish robes, representing the domains of death, knowledge, trickery, and war. This shorter individual, oh my god, it's fine. Shut up. Representing death, knowledge, trickery, and war. The officiator will tell you that the rogue and the warlock are siblings, and are because of the mask, aren't really able to tell their exact race, but the officiator says that it is believed that they are to be dark gnomes or deep gnomes. You know now of where is that? You know now of Ronmar the Rogue. He is very much the patron saint of thieves, rogues, and those who slip in the cracks of civilization. His mask hides his identity, and nobody really truly knows what he looked like, so his mask is kept on for statues representing him. The sorcerer in between the siblings is Ranagar, a dragonborn representing life, arcana, peace, and tempest. He is a sorcerer who is a silver dragonborn. And second to last, the sister of Ronmar the Rogue is the warlock. You presume to be also a deep gnome. She is Shiva, representing the domains of arcana, knowledge, trickery, and twilight. Just like Ronmar, she is also hidden behind a mask. Though while Ronmar is a blank mask, Shiva's is a mask without a mouth and tears marked into the eyes. circling all the way back, is a female human wizard named Syklos. This is a name that could potentially stand out to you because Syklos is also the name of an academy of the most prominent magical academy within the country of Fion. So you can presume that it's an academy named after her, as she is the wizard representing over the domains of Arcana, Knowledge, Light. Fitting that the City of Light has its two patron saints via the Light domain, so fitting. And Twilight as well, as Syklos is the wizard. And those are the 12. They are essentially the saints that represent the main faith, as the 12 heroes who put a stop, or played very crucial roles, to put a stop to the world's end that was the Rupture, 500 years ago. All of them have had key integral roles that you may or may not know of. As a representative of the Sun Faith, you aren't as familiar with them as with your own, but as you are here in the kingdom that primarily reveres them, you have now come to know them. And I suppose it is there where we will end this introductory session to Syklos Origins. See you two when we meet back up as the full party. Hey, thank you for listening to me rambling about the lore I wrote for like 2 hours, so I do thank you. Well, very briefly, so yeah. Oh, you are the cleric, so if I get to spout it to anyone, it would be you. So yeah, bye-bye. That was fun. I'm glad you enjoyed it, and I hope you will get to enjoy 3rd level OneD&D when we get to play. Can't wait to do shit with the other party. The fact that you are a bit of a trickster, I hope y'all can sketch. I do hope so too. The fact that you are a bit of a trickster is gonna be fun considering them. Yeah, goodbye. That was my god. I said this was doable within 1 to 2 hours, and we took 2 hours and 22. Looks like you guys also had fun. I was like, yeah, they can get through this with 1 hour. We're probably gonna go through fast, not gonna spend too much time on everything, and you guys also hit it off. I'm honestly really glad you guys